Good morning, student of class 6. I hope that you are well at your home and your studies continue and you are revising all the topics which I have taught in the subject physics. For the chapter 5, the name of chapter is light, and this is my video number 6. The topics I have taken: formation of shadows, characteristics of shadows. These are given on page number 74. Before this, I have taught about the different rays of light, the different types of beam of light. Do you remember what type of beam of light I have told to you? Parallel beam of light, which is formed by the parallel rays. What are the parallel rays and what are the rays? Actually, these rays are the path through which light energy travel. It is represented by a line with arrow. Line with arrow. This is a ray of light. It is very difficult to find out a single ray of light. Mostly bunch of rays of lights are available, and whenever these rays of lights are parallel to each other, parallel means they are at equal gapping. The distance between the rays are equal everywhere. Either you are measuring in the beginning, or if you are measuring in the middle, or at the end point. Everywhere the gapping between the rays are equal. So these type of rays are known as parallel beam of light. Parallel beam of light. Actually, this beam of light is the group of the several rays. Group of the several rays. Combination of the several rays. So this is the parallel beam of light. Another one, convergent beam of light. When the rays coming from different directions meets at a point. These rays are coming from different directions and they meet at a point. Such type of rays are known as the convergent beam of light. This is also a group of different rays. These rays are coming from different directions and they meet at a point. So this type of rays are known as the convergent beam of light. Actually, from a convex lens, whenever the parallel beam of light passes, then what happens? After passing on the other side, these parallel beam of light meets at a point. After passing through this convex lens, this is the convex lens. and these rays after passing through the lens, they converges, they meet at a point. So this part of the ribbon of rays on left side, right side of the lens. Whenever the light, parallel beam of light passes through a lens, after passing through lens, they make the convergent beam of light. This beam of light is convergent when it passes through the lens. And third one is, this is the first type, now second type, now third type, what I have told about the divergent beam of light. From a source of light, when light is going in different direction, so this type of beam of light is known as the divergent beam of light. This is the convergent beam of light. Once again, here it is the source of light. From any source of light, light is going in different direction. Whenever you light a candle, a bulb in your room, then what happens? It emits light in all directions. So these light rays which are going in different direction from a source of light, it is a form of divergent beam of light. Divergent beam of light. I hope that you are all becomes more familiar about these different beam of light. Now today's topic I want to discuss formation of shadows. How shadows are formed. You have seen whenever you are playing outside in the sun, in the field, during sunny day, you are playing in the field. You have seen your shadows. These shadows are formed whenever any opaque object is there between the path of the light. Light is coming from one side. Whenever it is stopped by any object, then behind the object a dark patch is obtained. That is known as the shadow. Generally in the night side, whenever the bulb is lighted in the room, you are playing by making different shapes of the shadows with the help of your finger, with the help of your hand, by making the different shapes. Sometimes the shape of dog, sometimes the shape of any animal's mouth, dog mouth, this type of shape you can make using the finger. So this type of play or game with the help of formation of shadow, already you know. Now I want to discuss the main thing behind it, how shadows are formed. It is the effect of rectilinear propagation of light. You know that light travels always in a straight line. Due to this reason, shadows are formed. The main cause of formation of shadow is the rectilinear propagation of light. Since light travels in a straight line, and this is the main reason. Whenever an object is in the path of the light. Since light travels in a straight line, it will not travel in bent path. So definitely light is stopped by an opaque object. Remember it, different objects. There are three types of objects I have told. Some are opaque, some are transparent, some are translucent. No doubt other objects also cast shadow. But the darkest shadow is formed by the opaque object. So whenever light is stopped by an opaque object, then a shadow is formed. And this formation of shadow is possible due to rectilinear propagation of light. If it does not happen, then shadow will not fall. Only due to the rectilinear propagation of light, shadows are formed. You may note formation of shadows. You may write shadows are formed due to rectilinear propagation of light. When it is stopped by an opaque object, when it is stopped by an opaque object. Remember it, this shadow is formed due to rectilinear propagation. Rectilinear means the light travels in a straight line. This is known as the rectilinear propagation. Now question is, what is shadow? We will write down the definition of shadow. You know that a dark region is formed behind the object whenever the light is stopped by the object. Whenever light falls on any opaque object and these light rays are stopped by the object to form a dark patch behind the object. This dark patch, the dark region is known as shadow. You may note down, when light rays are stopped by an opaque object, a dark patch is formed behind the object. Is known as shadow. Actually, in this shadow region. That dark region is known as the shadow. In this shadow, no light is reached. At that place, light does not reach, because the object does not allow light to pass through them. These are the opaque objects. So, in the darker region, light does not reaches. Now, what are the characteristics of the shadow? Once again, what I am reading. When light rays are stopped by an opaque object, a dark patch is formed behind the object, is known as shadow. Now the next topic, characteristics of shadow. What are the characteristics of shadows? Shadows are formed only in the presence of light. If the light is not there, then shadows are not formed. Remember it. Shadows are formed only in the presence of light. And number two, shadows are always formed on the opposite side of the object, or you can say on the opposite side of the source of light. If the source of light is in the left side, then what happens? The source of light is on the left side, then shadow will be on the right side. So these two are the properties of the shadow. Number one, shadows are formed only in the presence of light. Write down. The following are the characteristics of shadows. Number one, shadows are formed only in the presence of source of light. In presence of light, you can write. In presence of light. Number two, shadows are formed always formed in the opposite side of the shadows are always formed in the opposite on the opposite side opposite side. On the opposite side of the source of light. Source of light. Once again I am reading the following are the characteristics. Following are the characteristics of shadows. Number one, shadows are formed only in the presence of light. Number two, shadows are always formed on the opposite side of the source of light. Okay, friends, then I will meet in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.